Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the narcissist wants to know everything and share nothing. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'll jump right into it. One of the things that the narcissist likes to do, and they are very good at this throughout the length of the relationship, specifically in the beginning, but not exclusive to that, in the body and the ending as well. And I'll jump into all three parts, but they like to get information about you, and they like you to reveal information about yourself. So let's say in the beginning of the relationship, let's say they were asking you questions, observing you, listening to, finding out what your dreams, your goals, your aspirations were, where you were headed, your education, your relationships with your family members, what you liked to do as hobbies, what was important to you. Perhaps they figured out many times the narcissist will say this to you also. They will say, hey, tell me a secret, tell me some secrets. And that's for a whole different video series, but the narcissist, remember, they like secrets. And in the beginning of the relationship, they do their best to uncover secrets about you. And you may think, oh wow, this is adorable, this person, they really care about me, so I'll share some secrets with them. Not so fast. What that is meant to do is it's meant to have you reveal information about yourself that will be weaponized against you at a later date. Trust me when I tell you. You know that now, or you're getting the wisdom on my channel, but the point is, what the narcissist wants is they want you to share everything about yourself and give you nothing in return. So think about it. The narcissist is an empty shell, and what they have is they have no core or substance to them. They need to extract energy, resources, everything from you or from unsuspecting individuals. And this is how they continue to jump from person to person, relationship to relationship throughout life, not caring about people, but yet having information to hold over their heads. Really get the message. So again, that's the beginning of the relationship. They want to understand everything about you, what makes you tick. And second of all, remember, they're identifying if you're a valuable source of supply. If you don't have anything to offer them, or anything they can take from you, or anything that can improve their life or lifestyle or circumstances, believe me when I tell you, they would not waste their time entering a relationship with you. They just wouldn't. That's why so many times people that enter these narcissistic relationships, if you weren't born into it, many times people are in vulnerable positions. Perhaps they just lost a member of their family, or they just passed, or perhaps they just got divorced, or perhaps they just lost their job, or perhaps they just relocated, or perhaps they're just starting a new business. Who knows what they're doing? But many times people fall prey to the narcissist when they're the most vulnerable. Think about it. That's probably how you met the narcissist too. Now, throughout the body of the relationship, again, the narcissist gives you nothing but breadcrumbs of perhaps authenticity, meaning, I know you're like, what are you talking about, Andrew? Meaning they may share some truths with you, little nuggets of truth here and there, just to keep you straight. But these are not secrets about the narcissist, and they are not substantial information. There's nothing of substance to them. Remember, when the narcissist is speaking to you, now or in the past, many times they are telling you partial truths, untruths, no truths, flat out lying, hiding things, leaving a sliver of the facts and the rest of it untruths. That's what they do. And so when you're trying to actually have an adult conversation with a narcissist, first of all, that's not going to happen, because the narcissist can't do that, and they don't want to have an adult conversation, meaning a conversation of substance and of value. What they want to do is they want to extract from you, and they want you to do most of the communicating, and they want you to share your insight, what you're experiencing, what you want, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, everything like that. They want you to share your mental state. Play that again. That's what they want. That is why so frequently when you're in these relationships, if you're in it for a length of time, what happens is you find out that you're being pushed and pushed and pushed. And as you're being pushed, many times you'll experience reactive abuse, because you can only handle so much, because when you're communicating with the narcissist, you're getting word salad, or you're being blame shifted. In other words, they're blaming you for something that happened 10 years ago when in fact you didn't even know them 10 years ago. But this is what they do. And so many times you're talking with them and you're really thinking you're making progress. You're really having a conversation, just the two of you sitting down, and then what will happen? Well, they'll just nod their head or say, okay, I understand, sounds good, or they'll change the topic. Or they will give you, like I said, they'll give you lip service or word salad, and you're confused. You're like, what is this? Did I make progress? I don't know, I'm not sure. Tomorrow comes around And let's say that after that conversation, you thought that you made progress. Tomorrow, the new day happens, and what happens? You're right back to square one. Nothing changes ever in these relationships. They only get worse over time. Now, getting back on track, the narcissist expects everything, gives you nothing. It's a fact. What they expect you to do is to report back to them. Again, throughout the body of the relationship, in the beginning, in the end, which I'll talk about in a little while, specifically if you got discarded or if the relationship has ended. Believe me, they're watching you. They're doing reconnaissance on you. Trust me when I tell you they're doing it. But having said that, and I'm not trying to trigger you, I'm letting you know that the narcissist believes they're superior to you, number one. Number two, they believe they're infallible, which means they don't make mistakes. Number three, they can't introspect. Number four, they believe that they know more about anything than you do. Number five, they will believe a complete stranger over anything that you say. Yes, they will. Why? Because the complete stranger is a new shiny object. And the narcissist sees this, and they could be looking at the new stranger as your replacement or as a short-term source of supply. Understand it. The whole message here is once the narcissist knows that they have you in the relationship, example, you told them you loved them, you married them, you had children with them, you moved in with them, you relocated somewhere, you loaned them money, you went into business with them, you moved in with them, whatever, any of these things and many others. Once they know they have you, they don't have to try, they don't have to work. That's usually when the mask slips, because they know they've had you, the chase is over. And now all it's going to be is a slow bleed in devaluation street. That's what's going to happen with you. And you're not going to know what hit you. It's not until you get the wisdom on my channel that you understand and you get your first light bulb moment and you say to yourself, oh my goodness, Andrew's right, that's what happened to me. I was vulnerable when I met the narcissist. I did overshare. They did weaponize the secrets that I shared with them. They did weaponize the information against me. They did drive a wedge between me and most of the people that I admired and or had relationships before I met the narcissist. These things are all true. This is what the narcissist does. And remember, when the narcissist, I'll talk about this for a second. When the relationship ends and the mask officially slips, that's when the narcissist actually reveals to you who they are, how much disdain they have for you, how much they don't like you, how much they didn't respect you, how much they didn't love you, how much they didn't care about you, how much they want you vibrating low on that quagmire-like vibrational state where they exist. This is exactly what happens. Think about it. If, let's say you were discarded, and if you were, my heart goes out to you. If you weren't and you were strong and you could leave the relationship ahead of time, God bless you, you're an incredible human being. And if you're looking to exit the relationship, continue to focus on yourself, have an exit plan, execute it in time, in your time. You will get across and away from the narcissist. That's my hope, at least. But when the relationship ended, think about it. Say you were discarded. What happened? Well, most likely you put up a boundary. You said no, the strongest word in the English language, or you called them out and said, hey, what's going on here? Like, you're not spending time with me, and we've been married X number of years, and I'm seeing you less and less, and all these alleged high school friends and or groupies are popping up out of the woodwork, and you're spending time with them, not me. And on weekends, when it's supposed to be time for, let's say, us and or the family, you're disappearing. What's going on? When you do something like that, what you're doing is you're essentially cornering somebody who is wearing a mask, i.e. the narcissist. They don't like that. They like things to go the way they want them to go. They want you to sit in the corner and be invalidated and deal with the toxic behavior while raising the kids, paying the bills, the tuition, the vacations, paying for extended family members, etc. That's what they want you to do, and they expect you to do so while they are out gallivanting the globe, getting your replacement, grooming other sources of supply. That's exactly what happens here. But when you say something like that, and you stand up for yourself finally, again, maybe you experienced reactive abuse like I mentioned previously. If you don't know what that is, you should really look into it. I created some videos on that. That is when the narcissist pushes you so far that you become not yourself for a few moments in time, and you snap, and perhaps you stand up for yourself and you say, hey, wait, what's going on here? I don't get it. The reason why is because that is all on purpose. The narcissist knew that this was going to happen because they've been giving you death by 1,000 paper cuts throughout the body of the relationship, and they're just waiting for that one little crack. They're waiting for your stoicism to have a moment of weakness, for your calmness, your serenity, for your being in control to slip up just once, and then boom, you're the villain. And then they put all the nastiness on you, and they say, look, I told you. That's exactly what happens with reactive abuse, but that's for a different video. Point being, when you stand up for yourself and the mask slips, that's when the narcissist says to themselves, oh my gosh, I've been waiting so long for this to happen. Now I finally have an excuse. The mask, they're gonna take it, boom, unsuperglue it, smash it on the ground, you will experience a rage fit. You will be blame shifted. You will be responsible for all their poor behavior. You made me do it. You're not the good one. No one, I never loved you. Someone told me I should have never been with you, etc. All these nasty things and more, trust me. But that's when they can actually finally say, oh my gosh, this is it. Now I have the segue from this relationship, which was you, into the relationship waiting in the wings, i.e. the new supply, who has been waiting for your demise behind the scenes for a period of time. By the way, this doesn't happen always, but it happens enough, trust me. And then now the narcissist can segue from your relationship, get their gear, move in with the new supply, maybe not immediately, but shortly thereafter when the coast is cleared and they've gotten enough supply from you and the ending of the relationship. And then boom, they just go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. And notice how it is never the fault of the narcissist. Think about this. Think about this for a moment. The narcissist that you are considering right now, or multiple narcissists, whoever they are, did they ever say, yeah, you know what? Marriage number one just didn't work out. It was my fault and I should have worked harder for it. I should have done better. No, they're gonna blame a person who may or may not even be on the planet. Maybe their first spouse is deceased, as an example. Maybe their second spouse is deceased, who knows? And I'm not making light of this. I'm talking about real life situations here. But they will blame the first spouse for the failure of the relationship. They will blame the second spouse. They will blame, even if they're not married. Let's say it's the boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Okay, well, my 3 previous girlfriends or boyfriends, whomever, they didn't do it. They didn't add up. They had some problems and they couldn't work on themselves. They couldn't do it. Notice this though, because the narcissist, they don't ever say, you know what, that was my fault. I really made a mistake there. I didn't give it everything I had. I should have worked harder. Like, I really should have contributed more to the relationship. You're not going to hear that. Now, because I'm creating this video and the narcissist seems to be all over the channel these days, maybe they're going to take that little nugget and tweak it. So the next time you talk with the narcissist, they will say something like that. That's why you need to have boundaries and you need to not be a people pleaser. You need to harness your empathy and use it for those trusted and loved ones that deserve your empathy. Remember, we don't give our empathy and or attention, time, money, energy, effort to anybody on the planet. You have to be a worthy individual and you have to have proven yourself. That's exactly how it works post-narcissistic relationship. But getting back on track, this is what happens. When the mask slips, the narcissist is like, oh my gosh, that mask was so cumbersome for so long. I can finally crash it on the ground. I can show you exactly who I am. I can disappear, discard you, glom onto the new supply, who again was you at one point, an unsuspecting individual, and I will extract from that person. And then boom, after a period of time, maybe longer, maybe shorter, usually shorter, but who knows, that person will also get discarded, or they'll wise up, or perhaps they are a narcissist themselves, a sheep in wolf's clothing, if you will, or a wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will. Who knows? But my point is this, is the narcissist expects you to report back to them throughout the whole length of the relationship, where you are, what you're doing, why you're not home. Are you taking care of the kids? Are you paying the bills? Did you put gas in the car? Is there food in the refrigerator? Did you clean around the house, etc.? Boom, boom, boom. They treat you like a child throughout the relationship. And you may say, well, Andrew, that's actually true, but if you're being treated like a child, why would you stay in it? Simple, 2 words, trauma bond. That's why, because you didn't know what you were up against. Remember this before I get ready to close the video. If when you were in university, high school, college, whenever, if you were taught Narcissism 101 or a course on proper etiquette and or boundaries, let's say the course is called Boundaries, it's probably a great idea. And in there is a chapter or 2 speaking about toxicity, i.e. narcissism and all those technical terms, which I don't use on the channel. Boom, there you go. Then at least you have a background, you have a foundation. You can look for signs and you can educate yourself. But we weren't taught that in school. We were taught history from 500 years ago, math skills, which are very important, by the way, Latin, things like that. Honestly, school system should be overhauled. That's my take, but that's for a whole different conversation when I speak publicly. Point being is the narcissist expects you to report to them, and they're not going to share anything with you. That's why I think about texting. When you would text the narcissist, you would say, hey, I'm home. Where are you? What time are you getting back? Should I pick up something from the store? They won't respond to you. They'll read it and they'll act like they're busy, or they will send you the 1-letter K, or they will say, oh, my battery died, or I got stuck in traffic, or sorry, I was with so-and-so, didn't read the message, and you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, we've been living together for 10 years and you're not even treating me better than a coworker? That's true. It's because they're trying to invalidate you. Again, you didn't know what was going on. So when you're treated like a kid or invalidated or disrespected or being abused financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, perhaps physically at times, when these things happen and you're in the relationship, most likely, A, you have nowhere to go, or B, you're still in the trauma bond and you're caught up or you're tied down to them through the house, through resources. Maybe they're financially abusing you and withholding money so you can't succeed on your own. Maybe you quit your job because the narcissist said they would support you. There are so many layers of the onion to be peeled back. A 15-minute video can't do it justice, but I'm trying to let you know that the narcissist always wants you to report back to them. They feel they're better than you. Even right now as I'm creating the video, the narcissists all over the globe, they think they're better than you. Trust me when I tell you. And the truth of the matter is they're not even close. They tried to take us down, they didn't succeed. They're trying to take another individual down. My hope is they don't succeed there. In the past, they have taken individuals down. I know that for a fact. The whole point is get the wisdom, apply it. If not now, when? So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I love doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware. Understand you are abundant, you're beautiful, you're blessed, you're educated, becoming empowered, awakened and aware. You have so many beautiful doors about to open up for you. I can assure you. Allow the positivity to enter. Allow the negativity to flow out. Get rid of the toxicity. Understand the path. It is yours. Block out the narcissist. Go no contact. Delete them. Remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them if you can. If not now, when? Guys, remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. You are not alone. Remember that. I love you. Have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.